Assalamu alaikum dear students. The topic of our today's session is where is English spoken today? I hope and expect by the end of this session you would have the knowledge of in which parts of the world English language is spoken in today's world. Well, my dear students, today English is the second or third most popular mother tongue in the world, with an estimated speakers of 350 to 400 million speakers as native speakers. However, crucially, it is also the common tongue for many non-English speakers. There are speakers who are using it as a native language, as a first language, as a mother tongue. Their number is from 350 to 400, but that is not a significant number when we look at it in comparison with its speakers who are not, the speakers of English as a native language. In fact, a quarter of the globe's population, that is 1.5 to 2 billion people, can understand English language. If we go for statistics or the numbers, they are not very much reliable, and different people and linguists and researchers have given different numbers. However, they give us some idea of how much it is used. Also, it is difficult to determine or to define what is meant by an English speaker. Only those who speak it as a native language, or those who speak it as a second language, or we can also include those who speak it as a foreign language. There are also some issues with the definition of the term English language as well. There are certain varieties, there are certain dialects. Would we, kind of include all those dialects in English or not? When would we not include? When would we include a certain variety and we would say this is a variety of English? However, despite all these ambiguities and uncertainties and confusion and chaos, the best recent estimates of first languages suggest that Mandarin, that is Chinese Mandarin language, spoken by 800 to 850 million people as native speakers, it takes the first place, as in terms of numbers of speakers. Second is English language, along with Spanish, where the total number of first language speakers is somewhere, with a very modest approach, if we look, 330 to 350. If we look at it geographically, and we think of where is it spoken, actually the USA has the most populous English-speaking, population. It is almost, 70% of the native speakers of America, they speak English. In comparison to this, if we look at the UK, we would realize that the number is smaller and only 60 million people use it. Thus, it comes on the 22nd rank when it comes to the native speakers using English. India is the third largest group of English speakers, though only 4 to 5% of the population speaks English. But, because the number of people in itself is such a huge number that this 4 to 5% still makes it, a country with a lot of population using English. Can you quickly list some countries where it is spoken as second language? What do you think about Pakistan? In Pakistan, yes, it is used as a second language. When you go to school, you get your education in English language. Here on the screen, my dear students, you can see a diagram that I have taken from Kachru, 1992. Kachru was a linguist. He has actually given, the details of a lot of, ideas about the spread of English language. And here on the screen, this part shows you, 3 different levels of the spread of English. In fact, he has, at some other places presented this as 3 circles like this as well. What he says is that English language is expanding, and it has expanded through the times in circles. The smallest circle, the innermost circle, is this one that he refers to, and he calls it the inner circle. And he says it has USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. He has placed those countries here where English is spoken as a first language. Then the second level, according to him, is the outer circle that he calls it. And in this, there are a lot of countries where it is used as a second language. So, for instance, he has given a list of Bangladesh, Ghana, India, Kenya, Malaysia, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, and Zambia as the countries where it is used as a second language. The biggest circle, the outer circle, he has called it the expanding circle, and here are the countries in which it is used as a foreign language. And again on the list there are many countries. I would just name a few: China, Egypt, Indonesia, Israel, Japan, Korea, Nepal, Saudi Arabia, etc. So, he has tried to give a model of how English has expanded and where it is spoken today. I hope this model has given you some idea of where English language is spoken today in the world and what is the nature of English language that is spoken in different parts of the world.